Dear students, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the different types of environmental pollutions. We had information about the different types of disposal of different waste, and lastly we have discussed about the greenhouse effect. We had discussed that what is a greenhouse effect, what were the effects due to the greenhouse effect, and what was global warming. Now we are beginning with the next topic, that is the ozone depletion. Now this is also one of the most important topic and one of the most serious concern that is with the whole world today. So what is this ozone hole, ozone depletion? So for that let us understand the topic. Now as we know that there is presence of the ozone layer which is present in the stratosphere. जो अर्थ सरफेस है उसके सराउंडिंग एटमॉस्फेयर है, ट्रोपोस्फियर, स्ट्रेटोस्फियर, ये सारे लेयर्स होते हैं. तो उसमें से ही देयर इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लेयर दैट इज प्रेजेंट अबाउट 23 to 25 kilometers above the equator, and this layer is known as stratosphere. Stratosphere is the layer in which the ozone gases are present. This stratosphere is also known as ozonosphere. Because of the presence of the ozone gases, this layer is also known as ozonosphere. It lies about 23 to 25 kilometers over the equator. So if you observe it from the equator, about 23 to 25 kilometers above it there will be presence of the stratosphere and thus the ozone layer. Whereas if you consider towards the poles, so at the sides of the poles it is about 11 to 16 kilometers away. So 11 to 16 kilometers above the earth's surface there will be presence of this stratosphere, and in that there is presence of the ozone, and due to presence of ozone it is also known as ozonosphere. The thickness of ozone layer is measured in the Dobson units, that is DU. Dobson unit is used for the measurement of the thickness of the ozone layer. We know that nowadays there is thinning of ozone layer observed, ozone holes are observed. So that thickness of the ozone layer is very essential, because it will be protecting us from the ultraviolet radiations which are coming from the sun. So this ultraviolet radiations will be reaching to the earth's surface, and in order to protect it, between them is the presence of the ozone layer. More is the thickness of the ozone layer, more the place will be protected from the harmful UV radiations. Concentration of the ozone in the stratosphere. Ozone is present in stratosphere, but it is also present in the troposphere. So the amount of ozone that is present in stratosphere is 0.3 parts per million, whereas the same amount of ozone which is present in the troposphere is 0.05 parts per million. And therefore it can be said that more amount of ozone is present in which layer? Stratosphere. Next thing is that in stratosphere the ozone is formed and photo dissociated. मतलब ओजोन लेयर जो है उसका फॉर्मेशन भी वहां पे होता है और उसका फोटो डिसोशिएशन भी वहां पे होता है. फोटो डिसोशिएशन बिकॉज दिस डिसोशिएशन अकर्स इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ यूवी लाइट. तो क्या हो रहा है कि जो बैलेंस बना रहना चाहिए बिटवीन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द ओजोन एंड द डिप्लीशन ऑफ द ओजोन. नेचर में ओजोन फॉर्मेशन और ओजोन डिप्लीशन दोनों ही इवेंट्स होने ही वाले हैं कंपल्सरीली, बट there should be a balance should be maintained between formation of ozone and depletion of the ozone. अगर ओजोन फॉर्मेशन कम हो रहा है और डिप्लीशन बहुत ही ज्यादा रेट पे हो रहा है, then there are chances for the ozone thinning and there are also chances for ozone holes. जो हमने एंटार्क्टिका और कई ऐसी जगहों पे ऑब्जर्व किया है that there is formation of ozone holes. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं that O3 in presence, that is ozone, in presence of ultraviolet rays, it is going to dissociate into O2 and free radical of oxygen. It functions as a shield against the ultraviolet radiation. कौन फंक्शन करता है? तो ये जो ओजोन लेयर है उसका फंक्शन क्या रहता है? इट्स मेन फंक्शन इज टू प्रोवाइड अ शील्ड, टू प्रोवाइड अ कवर, टू प्रोवाइड अ प्रोटेक्शन अगेंस्ट दिस अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन, एंड देयरफॉर इट प्रिवेंट्स these radiations from directly reaching to the surface of the earth, because ultraviolet radiations are having several adverse effects on the people, that is on the individuals as well as on the vegetation, because it is responsible for causing skin cancers, cataracts, snow blindness and many such other conditions can occur due to excessive amount of UV rays coming to the earth's surface. Protection from the UV radiation is proportional to the thickness of ozone layer. As I said, more is the thickness of ozone layer, less will be the UV light coming to the surface of earth, and therefore the formation and the breakdown or the depletion of ozone should always be balanced. What is a ozone hole? Ozone hole is the depletion in the concentration of the ozone. मतलब ओजोन का concentration कई कई जगह पे कम हो जाता है, and this less amount of ozone at that particular places results into the ozone hole. और ये जो है ये ओजोन होल that will be restricted to some region where there is thinning in the ozone. For example, ozone holes are observed at Antarctica. Even about the countries like Canada, there are ozone holes now that are being observed. There are substances which react with ozone present in the stratosphere and destroy the same. तो ओजोन का depletion, how does the depletion of ozone take place? So there is presence of some substances, ऐसे substances होते हैं जो ओजोन के साथ react करते हैं in the stratosphere, and they are responsible for depleting the amount of the ozone and destroying the ozone gas. So these substances are chlorofluorocarbons, मतलब CFCs होते हैं, nitrogen oxides are responsible, SO2 that is sulfur dioxide is responsible, methyl chloroform. तो ऐसे कई सारे chemical substances होते हैं जैसे कि CFCs, nitrogen oxides, SO2, methyl chloroform. ये सारे substances जो होते हैं वो ozone depletion में बहुत ही important role play करते हैं, जिनकी वजह से ozone जो है वो rapidly deplete होता जा रहा है. Most of them are released by jet flying. तो जो jet planes होते हैं, jet flying होता है जो stratosphere में होता है, उसके अलावा जो rockets होते हैं जो छोड़े जाते हैं into the space, these rockets are also emitting those substances which are going to be very much harmful for depletion of the ozone gas. तो ये जो जेट प्लेन्स होते हैं, प्रोपेलेंट्स होते हैं, they are responsible for increasing the amount of these all substances and therefore depleting the amount of ozone gas in the stratosphere. So most of them are released by jet flying in stratosphere and rockets that are being fired into the space. Maximum depletion is due to release of active chlorine. हम आगे देखेंगे कि हाउ इज क्लोरीन रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस ब्रेकडाउन, बट जो क्लोरीन होता है इट इज हैविंग द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इफेक्ट इन द डिप्लीशन ऑफ द ओजोन. और वो कैसे होता है ये हम जस्ट अभी आगे देख रहे हैं, पर एक इंफॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे लिखी गई है दैट a single chlorine atom can convert 1 lakh molecules of ozone into oxygen. मतलब 1 लाख ओजोन मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑक्सीजन में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं ड्यू टू द क्लोरीन. तो ये कैसे होता है वो हम अभी देख रहे हैं. तो स्टूडेंट्स, ओजोन डिप्लीशन में ये याद रखना है दैट ओजोन जो है वो स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर में प्रेजेंट एक लेयर है, एंड थिकनेस ऑफ ओजोन लेयर इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज depletion of the ozones will lead to ozone holes, and when there will be ozone holes, the ultraviolet radiations will be maximally reaching to the earth's surface, and this is going to be a serious problem as it causes diseases like skin cancer, cataract and snow blindness. There are even several protocols which are being given to reduce the level of ozone depletion, and it must be said that the amount of ozone depletion in the Antarctica has now been reduced to some extent due to the efforts which are being taken under some protocols. So as we said that ozone layer that is present in stratosphere, and there is a balance between formation of the ozone and the depletion of the ozone that is present in the stratosphere. Obviously this balance should be maintained. If the amount of depletion of ozone is more than the formation of the ozone, then there are chances of thinning of the ozone layer as well as formation of the ozone holes, just like those which are found on Antarctica. The ozone holes will be responsible for the ultraviolet radiations directly to reach to the Earth's surface, and therefore this is having certain very important harmful effects on the humans, vegetation as well as on the animals. So as we said that this depletion of ozone occurs due to certain substances which are prevalent in our nature. For example, those which are being emitted from the jet propellants and those which are being released out by the rockets, that is chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxides as well as sulfur dioxide, are some of the possible reasons for the ozone depletion, or we can say rapid ozone depletion. So as we said that the active chlorine is one of the most important reason for the depletion of the ozone, and this active chlorine is being released mainly from the chlorofluorocarbons. So here we take this to understand that we have made over here the reactions that are being explaining that how the depletion of ozone takes place. So here as we can see, this is trichlorofluorocarbons. So in presence of ultraviolet radiations, it is changing to dichlorofluorocarbons and a chlorine is being released. Now this chlorine is already going to be free, so it is going to react with the ozone. This dichlorofluorocarbons also in presence of ultraviolet radiations, I have written here UVC. UVC इसीलिए लिखा है क्योंकि UV जो radiations हैं उनके 3 types होते हैं, ultraviolet radiations A, B and C. And these 3 are variable on the basis of the wavelength of the light, जो हम आगे अभी देखते हैं. तो UVC जो है उसके presence में it has changed to CFCl as well as again a chlorine is being released out. तो ये जो क्लोरीन है ये ओजोन के साथ रिएक्ट करता है and that is responsible for formation of ClO and the oxygen is being released. Again this is also going to be reacting with the ozone and again there is release of the oxygen. Again a chlorine molecule is released over here. This chlorine will again react with the ozone and again it will be releasing up oxygen. So this type of reaction is not going to occur once or twice. This chlorine will be responsible for making many other ozones into oxygen. तो ये जो क्लोरीन है वो एनवायरमेंट में एक्टिव ही रहेगा और उसका रोल क्या है, उसका वही रोल रहेगा स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर में, दैट इट विल रिएक्ट विद द ओजोन एंड इट विल कन्वर्ट इट इनटू द ऑक्सीजन. तो ये प्रोसेस कांस्टेंट रहता है और ये कांस्टेंट रहने की वजह से ओजोन थिनिंग, ओजोन डिप्लीशन होता है. तो यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं that consequently now what has been done that the chlorofluorocarbons are being replaced by hydrofluorocarbons. मतलब chlorofluorocarbons की जगह पे hydrofluorocarbons यूज होने लगे हैं in the case of different types of instruments in the electronic instruments. नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड जो होता है ये भी जब रिलीज होता है फ्रॉम द जेट तो नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड विल आल्सो रिएक्ट विद द ओजोन. हमने एक तो रीजन कहा कि क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन से, उसके अलावा नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड जो है इट इज आल्सो मेजर रीजन फॉर डिप्लीशन ऑफ ओजोन. तो यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं दैट नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड कैन आल्सो कंबाइन विद द ओजोन टू फॉर्म NO2 एंड अगेन द ऑक्सीजन इज रिलीज. तो ये जो फिनोमिना है ये फिनोमिना भी रिपीट होती रहती है और जिसकी वजह से ओजोन डिप्लीशन होता है. तो ये जो हार्मफुल गैसेस हैं दीज आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द डिप्लीशन ऑफ द ओजोन. हम आगे देखते हैं दैट व्हाट आर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ ओजोन डिप्लीशन. ओजोन डिप्लीट या ओजोन कम होने पर क्या फर्क पड़ता है. तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कि अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशंस जो होते हैं वो 3 तरह के होते हैं, UVA, UVB एंड UVC. UVC जो है दे आर हैविंग द शॉर्टेस्ट ऑफ द वेवलेंथ 100 to 280 नैनोमीटर. UVB is having 280 to 320 nanometer and UVA is 320 to 390 nanometer. जो long radiations हैं they are less harmful, but UVB and UVC are comparatively more harmful and they are responsible for different effects on the humans, animals as well as vegetation. So UVC rays are being absorbed by the atmosphere. Thinning of the ozone layer causes this UV radiations to reach to the earth surface. जब बीच में ओजोन लेयर बहुत ही कम हो जाता है तो उसकी वजह से ये जो UV rays हैं of different wavelength they will be reaching up to the surface of the earth and therefore they show different effects. The first effect is being observed in the cornea of the eyes. Cornea of the eyes will be absorbing the UVB radiations and due to this absorption of this radiation cornea जो layer होता है eyes का वो inflame हो जाता है, that is swelling, inflammation आ जाता है. This causes burning sensation in the eyes, this causes itching in the eyes and in later stages it is so serious that it can result into the complete blindness of the individual, which is also known as snow blindness cataract. इसे क्या कहा जाता है? स्नो ब्लाइंडनेस. स्नो ब्लाइंडनेस तब कहा जाता है जब ये अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशंस की वजह से कॉर्निया इन्फ्लेम हो गया है, बर्निंग सेंसेशन, इचिंग सेंसेशन एंड लेटर ऑन क्या हो जाता है कि कंप्लीट विजिबिलिटी भी चली जाती है. सो सच एन इफेक्ट इज कॉज एंड सच अ कंडीशन इज नोन एज स्नो ब्लाइंडनेस कैटरैक्ट. इसके अलावा अनदर इफेक्ट दैट इज ऑब्जर्व्ड ऑन द स्किन. स्किन जो होती है उसकी एजिंग हो जाती है, मतलब नेचुरल एजिंग से बहुत ही ज्यादा जल्दी aging of the skin is observed and along with this aging of skin cancer also becomes very common. So skin cancer is also one of the thing that happens due to this ultraviolet radiations. Immune system of the individuals becomes weak due to this UV rays or constant exposure to UV rays. The immune system becomes weak and therefore you are prone to many diseases at a time. Higher mortality rate in the young animals. जो young animals होते हैं they are often exposed to more amount of sunlight and therefore death of the young animals is also one of the reason that is being observed. More mutations of the genetic material. हमारा जो genetic material है skin के जो cells हैं they are exposed to this light and as they are exposed to the light the DNA, the genetic material within the cells gets mutated. It gets mutated at such a higher rate that the mutations are so rapid that they can even lead to serious troubles of the skin, like red patches on the skin can be observed, a harsh type of skin can be observed and in extreme cases skin cancer can also be observed. In the case of plants, the ultraviolet radiations are responsible for inhibiting the process of photosynthesis. मतलब photosynthesis का जो rate है वो कम हो जाता है due to this radiation. Chlorophyll degradation भी हो जाता है, photooxidation of chlorophyll भी हो जाता है, तो ये सारी चीजें भी possible रहती है. Now in order to reduce the effects of all these harmful chemicals, there has been different types of protocols and summits which are being organized at various places. तो सबसे पहला ऐसा एक प्रोटोकॉल दिया गया था जिसे कहते हैं मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल. The Montreal Protocol was given in the year 16 September 1987. However, it came into amendment in 1989. According to Montreal Protocol, there were 27 such countries who had agreed to limit the amount of production of chlorofluorocarbons. मतलब क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स को रिड्यूस करना है, उसका यूज रिड्यूस करना है, ये इफेक्टिवनेस ली गई थी बाय द 27 कंट्रीज. तो ये मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल जो है वो मॉन्ट्रियल में साइन किया गया था, दैट इज लोकेटेड इन कनाडा, इसलिए उसे कहा जाता है मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल. सिमिलरली दूसरा एक प्रोटोकॉल है जो है क्योटो प्रोटोकॉल. ये आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक में नहीं दिया गया है बट दिस इज समटाइम्स आस्क्ड इन सम ऑफ द कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम. That Kyoto Protocol was given in that is signed in Kyoto, that is located in Japan, and it was signed in the year December 1997. According to Kyoto Protocol, there was reduction in the use of, that is release of the greenhouse gas emission. मतलब they were trying to find out the strategies and they had implemented several strategies to reduce the emission of the greenhouse gases. इन शॉर्ट ये जो मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल है, क्योटो प्रोटोकॉल है, ये ऐसे सब्सटेंसेस को रिड्यूस करने के लिए दिया गया था दैट वर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ओजोन डिप्लीशन. मतलब जिनकी वजह से ओजोन डिप्लीट हो रहा है, ऐसे सब्सटेंसेस को रिड्यूस कैसे किया जाए, उनके लिए एक ट्रीटी साइन किया गया था एंड दैट वाज दिस मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल एंड क्योटो प्रोटोकॉल. इसके अलावा अर्थ समिट भी दिया गया था. दैट अर्थ समिट वाज डन इन रियो दी जेनेरो. तो इस जगह पे अर्थ समिट में मोर देन 154 कंट्रीज हैव एग्रीड to reduce the release of the greenhouse gases or reduce the usage of those compounds which leads to emission of the greenhouse gases. तो ऐसे सारे protocols जो है वो दिए जाते हैं in order to conserve the environment, in order to preserve the environment, so that the life can be maintained on the earth for a long period of time and without any hazardous effects on the humans. तो ओजोन डिप्लीशन में आपको इतना याद रखना है दैट ओजोन होल, व्हाई देयर इज डिप्लीशन ऑफ ओजोन एंड व्हाट आर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ द ओजोन डिप्लीशन.